Deontay Wilder against Joseph Parker. It's an interesting one because a lot of people seem to think that Joseph Parker's improving at a rate of knots recently since he's joined up with Andy Lee. Because I know in his last fight, he looked great. That is true, but the level of opposition was far lower than we're used to seeing Parker fight in recent years. Did that flatter him, or did it give us a glimpse of the type of fighter he's evolving into under Andy Lee? He's going up against someone who you can never count out until the very last minute of the fight, unless you've got the miraculous recuperative powers of a Tyson Fury in Deontay Wilder. I think it's evened up a bit by the fact that Wilder's been so inactive, and his behaviour on podcasts and quoted comments seems quite erratic, typically so, you might say. But I just find it hard to imagine Joseph Parker outboxing Deontay Wilder for 12 rounds without getting hurt himself. And I think if he's hurt, he'll get finished. But Steve, what's your take on Wilder Parker?
Yeah, pretty similar to you, actually. I was trying to think as to when I first became aware of Parker, and I think it was way back about 2016 when he fought Carlos Takam. Sky Sports showed that one, and some of the issues he had then, I think he still has now. I'm not sure he's completely ironed them out, and as you said, improving at a rate of knots. I'm not really sure about that. That said, Wilder has been very inactive. I know he had the sort of barely 3 minutes against Robert Helenius. Before that, it was way back a couple of years since he was put to the test. He's 38 years of age now. He's had a lot of fights. You've got to tip over the edge at some point, and I wonder if Parker can take him past the 5th or 6th round. Things could get interesting, and that let it be known that I'm a Wilder fan. As in, I think the heavyweight division is a far better place for his antics, his ability to wipe people out with that one nuclear bomb punch. I think that a thriving heavyweight division needs a Deontay Wilder, but he is near 40 now, and I struggle to see Parker managing to get through the full 12 rounds without sampling that power at some point. And when he does, it could be over very quickly if it happens. I would be surprised if Parker were to win the fight. I don't see much of a chance for him, to be honest.
And Horseman, quadruple four Horsey's being a bit cheeky here, saying, can you give us both your picks for a betting acca? Look at Horseman for Horsey, or quadruple for Horsey. I'm struggling with this name, I'm not going to lie. You're going to have to watch till the end to get all our picks. You've had our picks, I think, for Dubois Miller. I'm not sure, actually. I fancy Dubois to come through. I think Steve does too. But Steve just picked Wilder there. I'm picking Wilder as well. But if you want to pick for Joshua Valin, you're going to have to wait till the end. And the undercard as well. If you watch till the end, Horsey, we will give you our picks for the other title fights on the show as well. That's it's not even on our schedule to talk about the undercard, but we will, just for you. Timo Hoffman, even if Valin and Parker win, Saudi don't want Stinkinators closing off Riyadh. Stinkinators. Revenge of the Stinkinators. Jay Sharp says, Joshua is needed as he's cleaner and can articulate better than most, i.e. Miller. I mean, I think Miller's pretty articulate. He's just not clean. Well, he's clean now. Don't sue us, anyone. But yeah, he hasn't got a clean history. Harry Clark says, anyone out the ring for so long is a proper joke. I hate it. Wish those fighters who are good need to stay active. I agree. I'm not really sure why Wilder's been out for so long. Maybe he's waiting for the sort of purse that he deserves. You know, he's had those grueling fights with Fury. Maybe he realises now that to, truly safeguard his future and his family's future, it's worth waiting for those big paydays. And if that was his decision, he's kind of been vindicated by the truckloads of cash that are being chucked at him by Turki Al Sheikh and that group over in Riyadh. Richard Cameron says Zorro had life and death with Dex Spellman, a blown up light heavy in his fight before last. He struggled in his last fight too against an unknown Italian. It's a mismatch with Opataya. Got a lot of time for Zorro. You know, he's unbeaten. He's a Frank Warren fighter. It's clear that this is supposed to be more of a showcase for Opataya, who's looked great recently. I think if anything's annoyed me about it, he's following on from Jordan Thompson in getting what most people would consider an undeserving world title shot. Because we're so excited about Opataya and how good he is, I think we'd like to see him really tested at a higher level against someone like, Breedish rematch or whoever else it might be at Cruiser. And yeah, so that is sad. Where are we? Horseman, Parker going to fight on the inside from all what he said, but Wilder sparring 28-minute rounds. Will this improve his stamina issues? Does he have proven stamina issues from past recent fights? I mean, I think Wilder looked good against Fury, and I think they were both tired by the end. But yeah, 28-minute rounds doesn't sound like a walk in the park, does it? I'm not sure how functional fitness that is. Thunder Road says, Eamon is not poorly. I saw him on the sidelines of Ben Shalom's Rec League match. Yeah, I'm not sure that's true. I mean, Eamon's actually, I don't know if he's back yet or not, but he's been in Amsterdam for the past 4 days. So I don't think you saw him in the sidelines of Ben Shalom's match anytime recently. Free Eamon Khan from Radio Raheem's basement. Let the brother live, says DB Cooper 1. I don't think anyone wants to know exactly what is in Radio Raheem's basement. And Andre Newby, will Tyson Fury support Joe Parker? It depends what you mean. Do you mean will he be there? I think so. I don't think he'll be supporting Wilder. Steph D07, don't understand how so many think Parker will win against Wilder. What did he do against Massey to convince people? No, but he's had a fight since then, hasn't he, where he looked really good. Was it Junior Farr that he fought?
Fought Simon Keane, didn't he?
Simon Keane, that's it. I'm not sure why I'm thinking Junior Farr.
You're thinking of Faiga Opilu, who he fought in May.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Never heard of him, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking of him. Thunder Road says, up to 90 people watching, but only 4 likes. Stop slacking chat and hit the thumbs up. Thanks, Thunder Road. I don't know why people are so averse to giving us the thumbs up. Harry Clark, I like Triple D, but I reckon Miller will be too much for him. Hopefully I'm wrong. Throws way too many punches per round. Yeah, I mean, I certainly think he's a live underdog in that fight. Definitely better than 6-1 odds. Andre Newby, Anti-Joshua Public workout on Wednesday evening. Yeah, that's correct. We had the full fight week schedule through last night. Timo Hoffman, was no one in the IBF top 15 not available in the next few weeks? Why does Jai have to go out on the 23rd? And are they entitled to think that IBF has to be on board with their selfish interests? I mean, it's simple, isn't it, really? Jai Opetaia wants that Saudi cash. Who wouldn't? And fight was already made for that show. I can understand why that he wants the money and he's willing to give up the IBF belt because then he can challenge for it again afterwards. I don't blame him whatsoever. It's a short career and it can be a brutal career. It can be over in the blink of an eye. I don't blame him for going for the money. If they are saying the IBF shouldn't have stripped them, then there is a sense of entitlement there. Yeah, I mean, the IBF have always been really shit hot on their mandatories. And not always, not in the old Bob Lee days, but certainly recently since the takeover. Horseman Horsey says, lol, will Frank have an intimate evening meal with Eddie Hearn and chat over a candlelit meal? I mean, whatever your fantasies are, Horseman, I'm not sure they're aligned with ours, but yeah, it'd be nice to think that they're getting on. DB Cooper 1, how has Bricktop Frank Warren managed to be lead promoter when he only has the bar on the card and got co-broadcast on TNT when AJ is meant to be the zone exclusive only? Lol, game changed indeed. Mate, he's an old fox. What can you do? You can't ever count out Frank Warren, the ultimate survivor in this boxing world. Give him his moment in the sun. Do you know what I mean? I was going to say I don't know how many he's got left, but compared to Bob Arum, he's a spring chicken, isn't he? Timo Hoffman, I don't blame Jai and I also don't blame the IBF, but plenty are. Yeah, I mean, let them, but I think both are well within their rights to do what they've done. Robert K 1987's got a question. I'll put this to Steve because I was going to talk about this. Should Wilder retire if he loses against Parker? Steve, what do you think?
Depends on the manner of the defeat, maybe. It depends how he looks, how he feels. But yeah, he's definitely up in age, and if he's not able to knock him out and Parker outlasts him or something, he's going to have to consider retirement. As you said about the Saudi money, that's what he's been holding out for. So if he gets paid well, he could think that defeat might be the right opportunity to go out the door. But he's a proud man; he won't want to go out that way. So will he retire? Possibly, but would he want to retire? I can't see it, to be honest. But yeah, he should definitely consider it if he loses to Parker.
You sounded Irish then, Steve, for the first time. I know you lived there for ages, but it's the first time you actually sounded Irish. Said he's a proud man. My son John, he's a gay man now. That's my best impression, unfortunately. Oh, don't be offended, anyone in either part of Ireland. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think Wilder hasn't had that many punishing fights, let's be honest. On the way up before he won the world title, and even after he won the world title in some cases, he was knocking people over early, and even the ones that went a few rounds, he wasn't getting bashed up, was he? I know that he's had those 2 fights with Fury, like the second and third, and he took a beating in the second fight, and it was a real grueling back and forth war, the third one. But I don't think he's got that many miles on the clock. He started late as well. So I'm not sure if there's still money to be made, and with the punch Wilder's got, there will always be money to be made. I think he could go on a bit, even if he suffers an upset against Parker. I think it'd do more for Parker than it would be to Wilder's detriment. Little Crypty Monster says AJ will regain the eye of the tiger. Little tiger emoji there, we like that. And become a 3-time heavyweight champion. Go AJ, my son. Go on, my son. Andre Newby, Anthony Joshua versus Lucas Bowen will happen soon. Does he mean Lucas Brown? I'm not sure. Horseman Horsey says, should Zhang be included on the Saudi show? I mean, it's not for me to decide who Turkey, Al Sheikh, and the lads should be having on their Riyadh season. What is this? We've had Riyadh season opener. Fury Usyk's going to close Riyadh season. Joshua Wilder's going to close Riyadh season. So what's this? Riyadh season midterm break? I don't know. It's the longest season in human history. But anyway, that's a bit of a tangential rant. It'd be nice to see Zhang on there, but how many top heavyweights do you want on one show, and who would he have fought? You know, you probably get him on because of the money involved. You can't pay for everyone, so you'd end up with him fighting a kind of mid-level British or Frank Warren heavyweight or something, you know, and then people would complain. So, you know, what do you want? Zhang Joyce 3, perhaps? I don't think anyone wants to see that, least of all Joyce. So, yeah, let's park Zhang for the minute and give him his own show. Maybe make him the main event. Maybe put him on in China. There's a wacky thought. Timo Hoffman, if Baby beats Dubois, see, everyone's calling him Baby now. Don't call me Baby. Don't call him Baby. Where does that leave him? Would assume Brixhop has options, potential Baby versus Joyce Zhang. Yeah, I mean, Joyce against Miller, as long as Miller gives a decent account of himself against Dubois, that could be sold. Zhang, not Zhang, and Saudi, not Saudi, Horseman. You would be an awful contestant on Lingo. I'm not sure what Lingo is, but I get the idea. That's from Conding. Little Crypty Monster, Big Baby is very, very lucky to be on this card, lol. I mean, he's talked himself into it more than anything, isn't it? I think they probably knew that Sparks would fly at the presser as well between him and AJ. Yeah. Just to alert you to our poll, which is obviously still going on, we've asked if Anthony Joshua, we haven't discussed his fight yet, if he were to lose against Otto Wallin on Saturday night in Riyadh, should Anthony Joshua retire? Let us know what you think. Vote yes or no. And please do give us a thumbs up because we've got a decent audience in this week's episode, but we're getting very few thumbs up. It's like you begrudge giving us credit for entertaining you. Come on, guys. Don't hate, appreciate.